Hi everyone, welcome back to today's podcast, which is all about inspiring the women leaders. And this is how we are doing it by bringing different women leaders from across the field who has made impact into their own field. And today we have brought somebody who has made impact in the field of data architect, Gen AI, all the STEM field. She is a seasoned data architect and Gen AI solution architect, bringing around 20 years of experience in the emerging technology industry and honored with MK STEM Awards 2024 for an icon in STEM lifestyle achievement, along with Women Leaders Award 2024 for digital and technology. And I think I can share more about her journey, but it is always good, if somebody share about her journey herself. So please welcome Jaisal Surana. Hi Jaisal, how are you?
Really good. Thank you, Himani, for having me. It's really a pleasure to be here and inspiring more people in this journey.
Yeah, thank you so much. Can you give us, the picture about yourself and your leadership journey so people know more about you?
Yeah, I think when I started in 2006, new in the industry completely from engineering, I think the only thing that took me to this level where I'm an architect and a Gen AI solution architect is reskilling and upskilling my journey and also being consistent and persistent with what you're doing, along with being assertive. I think that is what women need to do to get through their journey in the leadership role.
Thank you so much for sharing that. And one thing I've seen, Jaisal, like mentorship is very important. And can really provide, the invaluable guidance and support for women, not only in other field, but also in the field of STEM also. Can you share your experience with mentorship and offer an advice to other women who are seeking the mentorship?
Absolutely. So I think I have been a mentor at various levels, and I'm on the advisory board for data scientists for Cranfield University, where we build the curriculum.
Mm.
And I also moderate and co-host events. I think public speaking is quite important when you want to also do mentoring for others. So this is one of the tips I think people can use. And mentoring is needed with industry knowledge at universities, which I just did this morning with MKU for Gen AI. I think that kind of things should be done by the people who are in the industry. This is my tip to all the women who want to mentor others and
Mm.
who want to get mentored. They should look for latest emerging tech and get mentored on that. There are mentorship programs within organizations. You should and you must join those.
Thank you so much. Even I have seen, yes, there has been, progress in the STEM field. There is no doubt into that. But women still, face many challenges. So what obstacles do you see women dealing with today into the field of STEM? And have you experienced any one of them?
Yes, I think one of the issues with which women face is syndrome. Also, I had shared some challenges on my BBC interview.
Hmm.
If anybody wants to see that, we can always provide a recording for that. Please let me
Sure.
know. And the other thing is, you feel challenged by new technology. You think that I cannot learn the new tech. There is a fear
Hmm.
and also assertiveness and confidence. This lacks, especially in women after they have children. I think we see a receding number in technology and STEM, especially once you have become a mother. So I think keeping away the fear, reskilling, in fact, the new tools are very no code kind of tools, so
Hmm.
that can help women to excel, and being assertive will help you cross the challenges. I know that when you are in a male dominated technology world, you will always face that, but being persistent and assertive of the points that you make. Like initial challenges that I faced was that in a meeting, if you don't have a say, you just take a
Hmm.
step back and you don't talk. I think
Yeah.
that is my learning, that wherever you are, you must put your point forward.
Just so you have said this thing, and which I really liked it. Yes, I've seen, like a lot of women after motherhood, they lose their confidence because of their body image and for maybe because of their career progression, they are not seen. But this is something interesting which you have told that into the field of STEM also, you have seen that they are not able to ready to upskill themselves with that
Yeah.
confidence. What is the reason behind that?
I think a support system needs to be built. Sometimes
Okay.
what happens is that you don't have enough support to look after your children. So parenthood is really difficult. And the environment that we come from, I think because I come from India, there's a lot of support that we have received in our lives when we did our education, and that stayed with us. I think that needs to be provided to women here. And if the family is not available, I think women to women support system is needed. Like if you see, I'm also part of the UN UK delegate. So women
Yeah.
are supporting each other. You can see that in that,
Mm-hmm.
they are attending more events where they can find the right people who can support them in technology. There are like if you have the MK STEM festival coming up in 2 days, so many women will come there
Yeah.
and join it.
Which is
So
happening
I
on
think
24th October, I think so.
yes, yes. So I think joining events and meeting more people will help you find support systems and also help you learn the emerging tech, because there's always a discussion going on. So that will give you some confidence. And
Yeah.
trying out tools. People don't want to try out tools. I think you need to buck up in order to say, okay, I might spend some 30 minutes and just learn ChatGPT, how it works. I think that kind of commitment is needed. Even if you're a mom, you need to find that 30 minutes for yourself
Mm-hmm.
to upskill.
You have said very right, that, commitment to invest on themselves, that's slightly taking, the back seat after the motherhood, and
Yeah.
which is but required at this point of time, the way I think the whole industry is changing.
Yes, yes. And changing quite quickly, Himani. So
Mm-hmm.
if you don't reskill, you fall behind. So
True.
we need to catch the pace of technology as well. And I think if some women are doing it, I'm sure that people like us can support more women to get there.
True. True. Also, over the last decade, if you say, Jaisal, yes, the number of women has increased in the STEM, but
Yes,
still there is, and even I've seen a lot of initiatives has been, taken. Initiatives, I would say, by the maybe the women tech and the lot of initiatives has been taken by the women tech and also by the tech girls. However, significant gap is still remains. And what
yes.
steps do you feel can be taken to further improve diversity and inclusion in the STEM field?
Absolutely. I think first is the recruitment process itself that needs to be diverse. There was one
Okay.
input that I gave to one of the DEI committees in my past organization was they should have special recruitment for mothers after their maternity break, because that is something which gets, you may fall out if the automatic hiring process takes place. That's why a lot of organizations are now having CVs where you do not show your gender, or you do not show that you have taken a maternity or a paternity break. So that helps them to hire you. And also, there are some organizations who are doing coaching post motherhood, and that helps them to get the confidence back and into leadership roles. So I think
Mhm.
joining leadership programs within organizations or coaching for mothers, joining health programs that helps
Okay.
you to have good mental health. This all helps you to do the foundational work for getting into any technology, because for
Mhm.
technology also you need to have a mindset and a mental health. So I think that is more important. Most organizations are having
Mhm.
these programs, but people
Okay.
need to go forward and join them.
All right. This is when you were talking about recruitment, so especially the women who are coming back after their career break, okay, what things they can consider for the recruitment so that they can get there and land a job, a nice
Yeah.
job, I would say. Yeah.
So I think one of the things that I do for students mentoring is CV tips. Yeah.
All right.
So CV tips also helps you to organize your CV such that if you go through
Mm-hmm.
first level of automated screening, that will help you to get selected. The keywords in those CV are really important. So
Okay.
I think you need to, before you get into the industry, you need to look at job descriptions, what is
Mm-hmm.
relevant in the market, and what was
Okay.
your role before you left, and what
All
is the
right.
gap. And you reskill on some of the new tools and add that to
Mm.
your CV and get into the industry, I think.
Yeah, that's a really nice tip, Jaisal, because I think it can really help a lot of women in focusing. Because these days for the CV also, a lot of companies are starting using the ATS tool also.
Correct.
So if those keywords will not be put into that CV, so that it will not also pass to the next stage also. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
With you're from the field of AI, okay, and
Yeah.
I know you are into expert into that. So, with AI evolving so fast, how can people without tech backgrounds keep up and, stay relevant and upskill themselves?
Okay, so there are multiple tips for this. First of all, if you are on LinkedIn or any
Mm-hmm.
social media, I would
Okay.
advise LinkedIn is the best for this, and join the newsletters. So you will start getting those latest AI newsletters. You just search AI and
Okay.
newsletters. You will get some of the best newsletters that are there, and start getting the notifications or the emails for that. That's the first thing. Second thing is start attending forums or events, summits, etc., which are generally free and they give
Okay.
you the entire knowledge on AI. Third is there are universities,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes and academies like Udemy in some cases give some free courses. So try to learn those free courses.
Mm-hmm.
Just go through it. Sometimes the course is really like 1 hour, not even more. And
Yeah.
then try to put your hands on the new AI tools. You can do anything. For example, summarizing an email. Try
Mm-hmm.
doing that with ChatGPT or Copilot Hub. If you're a coder, then try doing some syntax writing with the Copilot GitHub. Some of these tools are really free. I mean, I'm not really joking. My son actually trained the Copilot 2 days ago. He's just 8 years old. I did
Oh,
not
that's
teach him.
nice.
So
Oh.
I think that why are the children able to do it? Because these tools are handy. You don't
Mm-hmm.
need to learn Python to use them. That's the main thing, isn't it? Unless you're really interested in machine learning or deep learning. And if you just want to understand how AI is getting used for hyper personalization, text summarization, or text to image conversion, text to video, all of these, then you can
Okay.
use the free trials, or even the investment for these tools is very less. Monthly
Okay.
amount is quite low. So if you're able
Mm.
to do that, then definitely it will be very, very handy.
And how are you seeing, Jessel, this AI is going to be there into the like coming years, all this trend of AI?
I think it is emerging very quickly, Himani, and
Mm-hmm.
we must be aware as to where it is getting used and
Okay.
also getting used for mass surveillance because it
Mm-hmm.
has its own problems as well. There is
Okay.
bias in data sets, there's issue of transparency and fairness where the company uses AI tools, but you don't know that they're using your data, right?
Yeah.
So I think what is most important is when it emerges, we
Mm-hmm.
also build it responsibly with fairness, transparency, accountability as well. Having a lot of governance and also regulations must be looked at. For example, when we are developing the AI models, we are looking at the
Mm-hmm.
European AI Act. We are also
Okay.
looking at any federation laws that are taking place in the US. So you have to look at the ethics. You have to
Mm-hmm.
look at how the data is being used, how long it is stored. Is it ethical to use it or derive any conclusions or decisions from that? So I think building AI is very important and this is going to grow. So getting
Yeah.
acquainted to it is going to be important.
Yeah, that's true. I think because of course it can take some time, but yeah, if we will pace up ourselves fast, it will really help us to grow also. Yeah.
Yeah.
The field of AI is constantly evolving, which even you told also right now. As a leader, in the field of AI, what do you see as the most exciting trends and development on the horizon?
I think the large language models is
Okay.
the and generative AI, which is related to it, is the best one to do now. And they have been actually saving time for a lot
Mm-hmm.
of people. And you have to be careful that the industry is using licensed version of these GPTs,
Okay. Okay.
right? So they are quite different than what the public uses,
Mm-hmm.
because otherwise they cannot be domain specific. All
Mm-hmm.
right. So I think this is the most emerging tech where people will start improving capabilities of Gen AI by using
Okay.
customized versions.
All right. And according to I was reading one of the data which is about from the WISE campaign that only 24% of UK STEM graduates are women. What can be done to encourage those more young women to pursue the careers in the field of STEM?
Absolutely. I think more courses to be launched. Short courses and
Yeah.
part-time courses are needed because and less expensive courses are also needed. So that
Mm.
will give them, the young women, an edge. And also joining any graduate programs,
Mm-hmm.
which can lead you to an internship or an apprenticeship into the organization. Because
Yeah.
I have met many apprentices within the industry who have then been hired by that organization because they trained
Mm.
themselves on the floor,
Yeah.
for the latest technology. I think this is the key, that when you get a chance for your internship, you go in for an organization that is tech specific and you
Mm-hmm.
can train yourself in the STEM field.
And Jessica, you've given so many insights today, the how the AI is evolving. Also, there are some guidelines also that has to be, key to follow those ethical guidelines. Yeah.
Yes,
But yes, that is the one of the key if we have to grow in the career to learn more about data, tech, and AI in the field. And also, a lot of you talk about, the woman, the motherhood, the way it changed, it, keeps down the confidence, but they have to take
absolutely.
out some time for themselves. Yeah. Anything in last which you want to say something?
Yeah, I think we need to understand that it's just not AI. There is an
Mm-hmm.
intersection to AI that is also growing, which is
Okay.
XR,
Mm-hmm.
which includes your AR, VR as well. You're seeing so many
Yeah.
headsets in gaming zones. You're seeing gaming is increasing so much. So you need to be aware that these devices take much more data from you in a minute than even
Mm-hmm.
an AI model can actually capture. So
Yeah.
we have to be careful how our younger generation is using devices, make
Mm.
them aware of internet safety. I think schools are doing a fabulous job now teaching them to be
Okay.
safe online, but we need to not only mentor our kids for latest tech, but also the safety with it. So
And
this is the
Jaisal, at
last
last, I
thing.
think you have said very, these are the good points which you have said about the younger generation because they are using more of the tech part and
Yeah.
digital, they are more digital savvy. Any other thing which you feel that people should consider so that, that AI or maybe, this VR becomes like kind of a blessing rather than in the coming years that, people start rather, like feeling some maybe disadvantage or suffering from them. Anything which you want to say on that?
Absolutely. I think, see, being in the, I believe that anything that is innovated with the right guardrails can
Yeah.
become a boon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that doesn't hinder innovation, right?
Yeah.
If you have a seat belt in a car, it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't, when the seat belt came in, people were very apprehensive. But see,
Yeah.
today it's not a luxury or anything. It is a necessity, right? It gives you
Yeah.
safety. So anything that gives you safety and can enhance your creativity, your
Mm-hmm.
critical thinking,
Yeah.
and problem solving skills can be done with tech. I think once you learn these new tech, you can actually save your time on the tedious tasks that you were doing. For
True.
example, if I was spending time in summarizing, I actually used to do this. I used
Mm-hmm.
to summarize meetings, and when I used to co host and moderate, I used
Mm-hmm.
to prepare for hours
Yeah.
the summary. And I think now I really save hours on it. So if you
Mm-hmm.
start using these tools, knowing their drawbacks, knowing that, say, a chat GPT could hallucinate, the
Mm.
data that it provides may not be true. So you can
Yeah.
try and trace it back on Google, whether there is a source for it or not. There are also
Mm-hmm.
tools available, but they are licensed tools where you can check whether a chat GPT has given you an outcome which is tracing back to a source. So if you're able to use anything due diligently, if you're installing
Yeah.
a software, please look at what data it is capturing.
Yeah.
right? For example, of recently, LinkedIn sent a notification only to UK, isn't it? You can see EU and UK that they are
Okay.
going to capture a lot of your personal data, including geographic data. So
Oh,
other countries are not aware. So I think recently Africa has raised a concern to LinkedIn that they cannot without consent take their information. So I'm just giving an example, being
it's giving
aware.
me like very frankly, like like when you said about this about the LinkedIn, because I'm so active about the LinkedIn, so many people are. I was
Yeah.
literally fear, oh my God, my data, oh my God, it is going to out so
Yeah, yeah. I think if you
yeah,
are aware, then you will make checks on it. If you're looking
yes,
at Facebook, is it looking at your voice data? Just look at that.
yes, yeah.
Because why are you getting ads as soon as you talk to somebody on the phone?
But true, yes, that's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that means AI is far quicker than you can think. Or
yeah.
people are uploading photos and then you're getting notifications. How do you look 10 years
Mm,
younger or older? And why do
mm,
you upload photos? I would
yeah,
ask. So
yeah,
you have to be due diligent when you use anything, any
yeah.
softwares, I think.
Just last few things I want to say, Jason. I just remember, when we used to earlier book the ticket, we always used to use the Google Chrome like incognito window,
Correct.
so that we know that it does not capture all the fluctuation of the prices of the
Absolutely.
tickets. But nowadays, if you are using incognito also window, still, I have seen I booked very recently two flights, okay, and as I have gone to the flight, okay, after just 5 minutes, you won't believe it, the price of the flight has gone too high, from like
Yeah,
65,000 to 80K. And I was
correct.
surprised, how come? Like, it's just been 5 minutes and I'm trying on incognito. So I think the way the companies using this different technology are capturing the data so fast,
Absolutely.
I think it's good for the companies, yes. But being, I would say, as a person, I just feel, whole my privacy and everything is going out so fast also. Yeah,
Absolutely. So I think
yeah,
people need to be aware when they are setting up anything, whether
yeah.
there is a check in their app that
Mm,
this data is going to be sold to third party.
yeah.
Uh, I, I I recently came across a fitness app, and there
Mm-hmm.
was a checkbox that
Mm,
my sensitive data whether I want to share or not. So I unticked it, but it won't let me
mm.
go ahead. I uninstalled the
Yes.
app. So I thought that if you have put a checkbox, it
Mm-hmm.
means I can opt out, but it
Yeah.
doesn't let you opt out. So I think what they're doing is they're showing to the regulator that, see, I have put a
Mm,
checkbox, people can
mm.
opt out. But in true sense, the implementation does not allow you that.
What can be done that in that case regarding those companies then? What do you
So
think?
there are some organizations who are building their, or startups who are building
Mm,
responsibly. If we look
okay.
upon their news, we will find
Mm,
out about it and start using
okay.
those apps. But it will happen slowly. There will be always organizations who will take your
Mm,
data, because now the data
yeah.
is the oil. You have to understand that it can give you far more insight about you. For example,
Mm,
if somebody is buying, say, high end goods, all right, you
mm,
can even find information about their finance. It is just linked together. You have to
yeah.
understand that. Then you'll start getting ads as per that. So because
Mm,
the data gets sold outside, we don't
yes.
understand when and how, but yes, we need to be careful what we are doing online now.
I heard of very recently, won't mentioning the company's name, but it's one of the digital payment app only, and they are selling their data to the big companies. That's how it is going on.
Yeah,
Only
yeah.
last thing, Jessel, do you okay, of course, we can always, not pick those options, consent, do not consent. Any other thing, because everything is coming out our data and privacy so fast. Anything which we can do which can help to protect ourselves and our data and privacy?
Yeah, I think, see, eventually what will happen is it will all depend on us whether we want to give a consent. Consent
Okay.
management is now becoming a regulation for most organizations. So they will
Mm-hmm.
have to eventually do that. And then, as I said, when you install your apps, look at what are your opt-ins and opt-outs. A lot of people just do next, next, and just install the app because they want it, they find it handy, but it
Yeah.
doesn't work that way. In fact, you have in-app purchases. People are not aware those ads are coming because of your choices. So,
Mhm.
lot of things like that. You need to be due diligent. You have to walk on eggshells if you have to get through this. Eventually, I'm sure that most of the international laws will
Mhm.
converge. They will come
Yeah.
to a level where they will give you all the facility. For example, I can see EU AI Act is I specialize in that.
Mhm.
They actually look at every issue like sentiment analysis, video analysis, etc., and they have built rules on it. I'm sure
Wow.
international rules will develop on that, and then there
Mhm.
will be restrictions on using data. So I think it is
Mhm.
happening. We need to keep
Mhm.
up the pace with technology and also just make sure that we understand the rules around it.
That's really good, Jaisal. And maybe, yeah, I would love in the future just to know more about it because you have, told so many insights very frankly. And I'm very sure the people who will listen to this podcast will also get a lot of insights and can work also to develop their career in the field of STEM also. Can also, just safeguard themselves with all this data and all going with all the privacy issues. Yeah. Thank you so much, Jaisal, for coming today. And yeah, it was lovely to, connect with you and getting so many insights about the field of tech today. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Himani. Thank you so
Thank
much
you.
and hope to see you soon in the future.
Thank you.